Joel chapter 2. Blow the trumpet in Zion, and sound the alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord is approaching, it is near. A day of darkness and gloom, a day of clouds and thick darkness, like the morning spread upon the mountains, a great and mighty people, such as has never been before, nor will ever be again after them, through the years of many generations. A fire devours before them, and behind them, a flame burns. The land before them is like the Garden of Eden, but after them, it is a desolate wilderness. Nothing escapes them. Their appearance is like horses, and like horsemen, they run. The noise they make is like the sound of chariots on mountaintops. They leap like the noise of a flame of fire that devours stubble, like a mighty people set for battle. Before them, people are in anguish, all faces turn pale. They run like mighty men, they climb the wall like warriors, they each march in formation, and they do not break ranks. They do not push one another, each one marches in his path. They burst through the defenses and do not break ranks. They rush into the city, they run upon the wall, they climb into the houses, they enter through the windows like thieves. The earth quakes before them, the heavens tremble. The sun and moon grow dark, and the stars withdraw their shining. The Lord utters his voice before his army, for his camp is exceedingly great, for mighty is the one who carries out his word. The day of the Lord is indeed great and very fearful. Who can endure it? Even now, declares the Lord, return to me with all your heart, with fasting, with weeping, and with mourning. Rend your hearts and not your garments. Return to the Lord your God, for he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and abounding in steadfast love, and he relents over disaster. Who knows whether he will turn and relent, and leave a blessing behind him, a grain offering and a drink offering for the Lord your God. Blow the trumpet in Zion, sanctify a fast, call a solemn assembly. Gather the people, sanctify the congregation, assemble the elders, gather the children and the nursing infants. Let the bridegroom come out of his room and the bride from her chamber. Let the priests, the ministers of the Lord, weep between the porch and the altar, and let them say, Spare your people, O Lord, and do not make your heritage a reproach, a byword among the nations. Why should they say among the peoples, Where is their God? Then the Lord will be jealous for his land, and will have compassion on his people. The Lord will answer and say to his people, Behold, I will send you grain, wine, and oil, and you will be satisfied and full, and I will never again make you a disgrace among the nations. But I will remove the northern army far from you, and I will drive it into a parched and desolate land, its vanguard into the eastern sea, and its rear guard into the western sea. Its stench will rise up, and its foul smell will go up, for it has done great things. Do not fear, O land. Be glad and rejoice, for the Lord has done great things. Do not fear, you beasts of the field, for the pastures of the wilderness have turned green, for the tree bears its fruit, the fig tree and the vine yield their full strength. So rejoice, you children of Zion, and be glad in the Lord your God, for he has given you the early rain for righteousness, and he will bring down showers for you, the early rain and the latter rain as before. The threshing floors will be full of grain, and the vats will overflow with new wine and oil. I will restore to you the years that the swarming locust has eaten, the hopper, the destroyer, and the cutter, my great army, which I sent among you. You shall eat in plenty and be satisfied, and praise the name of the Lord your God, who has dealt wondrously with you, and my people shall never again be put to shame. You shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God, and there is none else. And my people shall never again be put to shame. And it shall come to pass afterward, that I will pour out my Spirit upon all flesh. Your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. Even upon the male and female servants in those days I will pour out my Spirit. I will show wonders in the heavens and on the earth, blood and fire and columns of smoke. The sun shall be turned to darkness, and the moon to blood, before the great and awesome day of the Lord comes. And it shall come to pass that everyone who calls on the name of the Lord shall be saved. For in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem there shall be those who escape, as the Lord has said, and among the survivors shall be those whom the Lord calls.